Et salut à tous, c'est Fenry, on est parti donc pour la nouvelle vidéo sur le petit playlist HS de Genshin, donc où on fait l'émission Histoire. Cette fois-ci on est parti pour faire l'émission Histoire de VENTI, donc let's go. Allez, on est parti pour l'émission de VENTI.
Taught me that carrying an unreliable weapon is worse than not carrying one at all.
She's alright because she's acting as if she's talking and laughing with What? So is this an invisible friend who Oh, you must mean this imaginary friend of yours. Seriously? So, imaginary friend? Oh, Paimon was looking forward. No, because they have this game in Liyue. Have you heard of it? It's a 4-player game, but it seems you got...
Oh, Traveler. Fancy meeting?
Tone deaf bard.
I'm here because Lisa has been making some exciting...
Why does the thought of Lisa's...
Come now, that's no way to speak about the elegant Miss Lisa. For this particular contraption, Lisa had to import some...
Dangerous?
That's right. Looks like a monocle, but actually it's called an Ernama detector. Sadly, Lisa isn't able to use it herself, so I'm borrowing it for a while. And also, I'm testing it out.
Huh?
Perhaps it's because she lacks a certain childlike sense of wonder. Or maybe there's some other reason for it. If you want to know for sure, just ask her yourself sometime.
So, you can see them?
Anyway, it's all yours now, Traveler. Take a look. See if you can see Nora's imagine...
Do you see him? Do you see him?
So it does work for you too.
Paimon wants to see? Alright then, you'll just have to be Paimon's eyes on the
D'accord.
Flora from the flower shop always seems kinda floaty-headed. You know, Paimon bets she has an imaginary friend.
Non, pas ça, c'était hop, inventaire. Gadget.
There it is!
Wait, imaginary
Hi, Traveler. Hi, Bard. Sure. How can I help? Oh, Mr. Floaty is my bestest...
No fit.
Flora, why exactly are you...
What's wrong with it? I always wanted to be friends with a plant who could fly.
Friends with a flying plant? Why?
Because then when it's windy, you and your friend can fly off into the sky.
Isn't that called being blown away?
That's what some people like to call... I only found out this plant existed from an explorer. I think his name was... Stanley. Stanley's and you can tell he's an expert at it from the stories he tells. The Amazing Adventures of Stanley are super famous in He's in the city at the moment. You should go ask him.
That sounds like a fun idea for next time.
Allez, on va voir Stanley.
Flora's a pretty
Come on.
mysterious kid.
Which child shall we interrogate next?
Jimmy.
Paimon's thinking.
Ou un golem carrément. Pas banal, l'ami imaginaire.
No way!
Well,
Tammy's imaginary friend is a Paimon's friend.
what say you we postpone our conversation?
Huh? Paimon has a favorite line? Serious? How about we... Children are more open-minded. Is that why they can think up all kinds of imaginary friends?
Fitting, isn't it? That the City of Freedom should be home to children with such boundless powers of imagination.
What about adults' imaginations? Let's ask some adults at the tavern.
Ah, Diluc. Eh ben, hey, Diluc Gaillard.
The thing about wine is, you have to drink it at the tavern, or you miss out on half the
Seems to me you'd find some way of keeping yourself amused even if you drank alone.
If I didn't know any better, I would say you're...
Just drink responsibly on my...
Oh, and if I did have one too many, what then? You'd throw me out along with the traps?
Throw you out?
You know, the same way you threw out Father's legacy. You sold off his mansion.
I see
Ah, ils sont frangins.
things that have outlived their purpose.
Is that so? Then I trust you were most...
Sorry. I have no recollection.
That's odd. Master Diluc, I'm sure I saw such a vase in your home. A
Pas d'ami imaginaire.
Their suspicions were right.
Like I said, a lack of childlike...
So people just stopped...
This raises an interesting... Let's go and check. How about Ellen? Someone of her age surely must have some imagination left, don't you think?
Uh-oh. Somehow Paimon finds the idea of not being able to see Ellen's imaginary friend kinda scary.
L'imaginaire d'Eline, c'est Jean, d'accord.
Jean? Is Master Jean Ellen's imaginary friend? So she's so
Oh,
Are you always...
you bet. Today, I hope I can be as outstanding as him one.
So that you can fight shoulder to shoulder with Master...
Seems Ellen really...
I was thinking. How can I smash all these training dummies at once? Shame. Didn't make... How can I smash all these training... So that's how to... Oh, thank you.
Ellen!
Thanks. Shoot, I got so caught up. Honorary knight. Could you deliver a message to Jack? He's a friend of mine. We were gonna meet up to... If I'm not mistaken, you should... Stanley's a truly legendary event. Great.
Je vois à peu près où il est. Je dirais qu'on l'a dans les quêtes quotidiennes. Ou des fois c'est les brochettes qu'il faut lui ramener à bouffer. Let's do it.
The Temple of the Lion? We explored this place once before, didn't we? During the Storm Terror incident.
Juste pour ça, j'aimerais bien avoir... Ah non, non. C'est l'ulti. Ah, juste pour ça, j'aimerais bien l'avoir parce que pour l'explo, le fait de pouvoir s'envoler, c'est quand même très cool, quoi.
Not to worry, allow me. Those who wander in the dust, the wind shall send soaring sky high.
so sure I was about to die.
To be fair, so, you must be-
Yes. Who?
Actually,
Ellen has a message for you.
Oh, I see. I feel bad you had to come all the.
Huh? I don't see what all the fuss is about. It was nothing that I...
whoa, you are Stanley?
I must say, it's an- Well then, how would everyone like to proceed? Head back or head-
Well, in which case, why head back now?
Okay, motion passed by unit.
Encore un mytho avec la grosse tête, quoi.
Mostly came here because you want to hear my adventure stories. Am I right?
No, we really were just looking for Jack.
What? Do you know who I am? I am renowned adventurer of Mondstadt.
Yeah, I think we got that.
When your attitude says you don't got that. I am Stanley, the living legend. Stanley who braved the Manjavari.
Enough already. Ugh. Stop name-dropping yourself every time you open your mouth.
It's true though. Stanley is the most amazing guy.
Well, Jack will listen, won't you? Where was
You and your partner reached the Merjavari, a famously terrifying place with not a wisp of wind.
Precisely. There was a deathly silence in the air. A sea of ashes stretched out before us, as far as the eye could see. The edge of rock. Suddenly, my partner was caught in a whirlpool whipped up by an evil beast. Luckily, I managed to grab hold of him just in time.
Wow. So, did he make it?
Sadly, in the end, I alone was able to set foot on home ground once more. With the key.
Traveler, I believe- Could I ask you to use the-
Jack, son imaginaire, c'est Stanley en jeune en fait.
What? Stanley has an...
It seems his imaginary friend is a seas- You're saying his imaginary- Interesting idea.
Please excuse me.
Ah non, c'était pas Stanley.
Bye, Stanley. Do you two
What is it?
A few days ago, Stanley got drunk and told me a secret. Something the weapons he took on his adventure all those years ago. They were none other than those once wielded by Mondstadt's greatest hero. I don't know whether you believe me. Since you guys are the experts at- You bet! If I can just- Right now. So, I can't bring my-
Aw, poor Jack. Venti.
Oh, one other thing.
Dadaupa Gorge, was it? Let's-
Allez, voyons voir.
Hey, that bunch of hilly churls. Are they holding some kind of ceremony? And what's with that pile of knickknacks? Are they worshipping them?
Seems so. That must be the sword of brilliant valor, surely. Watch out! Seems somebody tossed an old sword into a pot.
This is in terrible shape, and it's so basic,
Say, Jack, have you ever seen an anemo crystal fly? If you saw one in broad daylight, you wouldn't bat an eyelid. But in the pitch blackness of is valor not the same? When everything is going your way, it seems meaningless. Fades into the background.
You're right.
Let's scout around.
There's somebody there.
Stanley?
He's acting.
What happened? Why did you stop all of a sudden?
Huh? Oh, it's nothing. Just one of those Mora spouting weasel thieves passed by.
What? Where?
Maybe another time.
Mhm. Alors, mais en trouvant un bouclier.
Lo and behold,
Liar, liar. A chunk of scrap wood.
There's also wine stains on it. Yeah.
and yet, my bard's intuition tells warriors wear their battle scars with pride, and shields are no different. Surely an intact shield is one that has shied away from the battlefield. Is not the broken and splintered, though the soldier's body be tired and torn, still they fight till the very end.
You do have a point, Shining. Okay then. Well. Ahem. Well, okay. You take it from here. Hope you've picked up. Uh-oh. He did not seem to appreciate. Seems cheerful enough. Maybe negotiate. Seems cheerful enough. Oh, yeah.
Guys, thank you so much. Mom, Dad, check out the legendary...
Hey, wait! The wine! You promised! What are you doing here, Stan?
Hey, what are you doing here, Bob?
Oh, that's right. An after-dinner stroll, to be precise. We were also helping a friend.
I'm starting to think Stanley might be a fraud. Did Stanley plant the sword and shield here in advance so as...
Adventurers must be pretty familiar with data.
You better believe it.
Wow! Then I admire your perseverance.
It's only to be expected of a great adventurer like me. You guys had better watch out. I'll get back to my...
Guilty conscience, Nut.
Well, he shouldn't have gotten so carried away bragging. Although, on further reflection, someone who can't let go of the past and gives up on the present instead. I wonder.
What are you
Anyway, I propose we take a trip to...
Combien? 23h minuit? 18h, 23h.
Tell me, Stan. Tell me, what should I do?
Huh? Why does he keep repeating his own name? Could there be another
Oh, it should have been me. I should have been the one that died in the Melchivari that day. Why won't your spirit come? If only you hadn't had to save a rookie like me, you would have never died. You were a renowned adventurer, destined to become a legend one day.
I think our friend really did make it to the Merjavari. But the real adventurer, the real Stanley is the one who died to...
Wait, so the only reason our Stanley...
I fear that may be the case.
Stanley, for so many years I've lived in fear. Fear that Mondstadt will forget all about you. So Mondstadt must remember. Stanley reached the center of the Merjavari. He's the greatest adventurer there ever was, and he lived. Stanley will never die, because... I'm sorry, Stanley. Are you guys planning on eavesdropping much longer?
Yikes!
Go away.
But...
Leave now. Don't make me...
Honorary Knight, Venti, and Paimon. I'm so glad. I've been looking for you everywhere. I wanted to thank you again for helping me find the sword and shield.
Oh,
Yeah, really. They even said they're gonna pay for someone to fix up the Sword of Brilliant Valor and Shield of Magnificent Honor.
that's wonderful. So, Jack, is this the part where you bid farewell?
No, not yet. I still don't have what it takes to go besides, I'm sure Stanley still has a few stories left to tell. Stanley, we'll see you tomorrow then. After your hangover wears off. Maybe you can tell me some more.
Stanley's really fond of that kid, don't you think? Jack left.
Oh, I see.
Huh? All of a sudden, you're facing the...
Just now, I couldn't bear to look at him. His adventure is just a weary old feckless fraud. But that kid is a brand new...
You're not a total fraud.
Stories? To be honest, that's my biggest secret all these years. But the one thing I can never forget is that he died in a windless land. Where his...
Exactly. Even in his memory, instead, he's
I'm too old. I'm no adventurer should have to go...
Hans Archibald.
My true name? How did you know? The wind. I can hear the wind blowing in the Merjavari. I always believed you existed.
Will you hand me your old friend's spirit?
Huh? I can thank you all. I'm sorry, but
Il repose en paix, Stanley.
Ah, wonderful. This calls for a celebration. And by celebration, I do, of course, mean...
And by libation, you mean you're...
I'll head off to fetch the wine. See you shortly.
Huh? Where's that supposed to be? Why has Paimon never...
Tiens, en finissant la mission de Venti, on débloque la dernière mission de Mondast pour leur réputation. Et j'aurais... on a dit j'aurais maximisé Mondast en répute, j'aurais enfin fini première ville.
You made it.
Just tell us where you... So...
Yep. Well, sort of. When actually it's just a half bottle of This takes me back. The first time I saw this view, I hadn't even taken on this form yet. It was about 2,600 years ago, before the world had come under the rule of the Seven. At that time, old Mondstadt was ruled by a
Old Mondstadt? Oh, Paimon remembers! Nowadays it's known as Storm Terror's lair, right?
That's right. The Tyrant of the Winds who once ruled from that tower was Decarabian, god of storms. Back then, I was but a wisp among the thousand winds. I wasn't a god of anything. I was just a tiny elemental being who lived in the wind. A gentle breeze bringing subtle changes for the better. Or tiny...
A tiny elemental being? Without a human form? Venti, do you mean...
Yup. My current form is not so different from the situation with fake Stanley. In old Mondstadt transpired the story to be told, where a tyrant ruled. I met a boy not that old. The lyre he played, and for a song he sought. But storm walls blocked blue sky. He was sincerely distraught. I do so wish to see the birds in flight, said he, his strong eyes filling with light. But his voice was lost in the howling wind's churn, for the whirlwind takes and gives not in return. The true sky and songs that cageless soar, were they not wishes worth fighting for? So the boy turned, extending his hand. Let us cast down the tyrant and his walls from this land. The young boy raised then the flag of revolt, and I threw myself into freedom's tumult. Victorious were we who fought to be free. Gods fell, winds whipped, nations shook violently. In the smoke, a despot met his doom. And we watched as his great tower fell none too soon. Mondstadt began anew, the story passed down. And since then never has another
Ah, mais il est mort,
worn
par
its
contre.
crown.
So then what? What happened to your friend?
Say, Paimon, do you...
Yes, of course! The suspense is killing Paimon! Now's the time you suddenly get a craving...
Getting a little... You know, you're so... But then, maybe it's right that true friends can tell what a refreshing drink, a gentle breeze... Moments like back to a song that I first heard from him. fly, fly away. Like a bird in the sky. See the world on my behalf. To the heavens may you fly.
Et voilà. La mission de Venti terminée. La prochaine fois, nous ferons Mona. Donc j'espère que ça vous a plu. Je vous dis bien à la prochaine, c'était fait rire. Ciao les camps.
Surtout partagez, likez et ouvrez.